All right, this is a 1981 Z750E Kawasaki. It's going to be a project for probably the next couple months. Hopefully, next couple weeks here, have her up and running and start dialing in all the small stuff. Hopefully find some of the small parts that are missing, but yeah, definitely a little bit of a project here. As you can see, the wiring looks like it was done by a drunken chimp. It's pretty bad. There are no carbs. The carbs that came with it look like they came from the bottom of the ocean. It has some serious growth, mold, all kinds of craziness going on. The ignition's dug out. I gotta swap that out. They got a fine little Stanley key here. Haven't got a chance to check everything out yet, but seems like the brakes are functioning. Not well, but functioning. It's got a classic Caterpillar oil filter baffle going on there. Nice. Missing the ignition cover, but I've got several of those laying around. I'm sure I've got one or two of the right one for it. It looked clean inside, but the valve cover's already been popped loose here. And I took a peek in there. It looks nice and clean, so they must have done that recently, I'm guessing. Yep, she's nothing to look at the moment. Got a lot of corrosion, a lot of dust, a lot of grime, a lot of rust. This aluminum is just, yeah, just white powder when you wipe it. So bad. But anyway, I've got, my first bike was a KZ when I was 13 years old. I've still got it. And I've got quite a few parts laying around. I've got a brand new 4-into-1 Vance and Hines header. I've got several sets of carbs. Actually already swapped out the chain because the old rotten chain was so stiff that you couldn't really roll it, so I snatched that off, threw a new chain on it. I actually tightened down the 4 end bolts on the valve cover, and I got juice to it, and with the old set of carbs on it, I actually got it to fire right up. No crazy engine noises, no smoke. Immediately was leaking out of the O-ring between the head and the cylinder, which is pretty common. But yeah, with the fairly decent set of carbs, she did fire up. I had to play with this crazy wiring for a few minutes to get it to happen, but it did fire up. So there's hope for her. Went right in gear, clutch worked, brakes seem to be working. The front is sticking real bad, but I've actually got a new in the box master cylinder that I bought a while back for one of my other Z's. So anyway, here in the next few weeks, I'm going to be stripping all this down. Try to save this chrome. It looks pretty rough, but I think I can actually get that looking good. The handlebars are in good shape other than the chrome, so I'm going to try my best to get that chrome stripped off and get that all polished up looking good. I'm going to strip all the paint on all these controls. I'll either repaint those or polish them. I always like to polish these. They got pretty solid aluminum under there. They polish up well, so probably gonna polish all that up. Same with the wheels. I'll probably stick with the black paint and then polish the outer rim and all the inner spokes. The shocks on this thing look great. Kind of surprised. The forks are leaking, so I'm gonna have to order some seals. I got a set of seals in there, but oh god, I've had them for probably 15 years now, so I am not gonna throw 15-year-old seals in it. I'll go ahead and order up some seals for that, get these forks polished up real nice, rebuild them real quick, and then these fork legs are gonna get stripped, polished. I haven't made up my mind yet whether I'll repaint these calipers or go ahead and polish those out too. Yeah, they're time consuming, but yeah, I don't know. Probably polish those too. These covers here, I haven't made up my mind with those either, but I probably have 2 or 3 sets of covers laying around, so I might try a couple different things. I might polish this center back up like somebody had it before and clean this paint, see how I like it, and maybe swap out one of my other polished covers and see how that looks and go from there. And if it looks better polished, I'll polish this one up. But yep, I gotta throw the best set of carbs I got in the ultrasonic cleaner, see how they're gonna come out, get these back foot peg supports polished up nice. I'm gonna pull that battery cover or battery tray out, sandblast it, clean it up, repaint it. Haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna paint the whole frame or I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna rip it down that far just yet. See how it rides, how everything's going before I go that far. If I need to pull this motor off anyway, then I'll probably go ahead and strip it all down and just take the frame on down to the powder coater and let him powder coat that thing up nice and proper. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. She looks like hell at the moment, but I mean, this paint looks like it's probably in really good shape hiding under all that funk. I mean, if I just rub through the craziness there, it gets pretty clean. I mean, I can still see myself in it. Hello. So yeah, I think I'll probably buff that out. I don't have either of the side covers, so that's a problem. I could probably find something that's a close enough match. Yeah, I mean, there's a little gap between the tank and the side cover and the rear cowl and the side cover, so I could probably find one that's the same color but a little bit off and fake it. If not, I guess I'll just have to go get some matching paint. But anyway, that's her. Go over everything this next few days, make a checklist, make me a parts list, start polishing just a couple spots on all this ugly chrome, see how it's gonna look, order up those seals, go from there, see what I can do with these terribly faded switches. Yeah, that's about it though. I'm anticipating probably a couple months altogether to get her proper, but hopefully in the next few weeks here. Got to pull that head, get that leak taken care of, probably gonna swap this ignition out. It's got the old style ignition with the separate CDI box. I'll probably go ahead and swap that out with a brand new unit that's all enclosed in the cover here. Go from there, see how everything's looking. I don't know if I'm gonna try to save this wiring harness. I'm kind of leaning towards just ripping this harness off and grab up a harness off one of my other bikes or order one up. I don't know. There's a bunch of craziness going on. Some of these wires match, some of these don't. Somebody's replaced all these connectors here, but Yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards snatching this harness off and just start from scratch, or maybe just build a new harness from the ground up. I've done plenty of that over the years. It'll probably add a couple days to the project, but probably give me the best outcome at the end. So anyway, that's her 1981 Z750E Kawasaki. Should be a really fun ride. Couple weeks here, I should at least get to give her a buzz around the block and see how she's doing. But I'll be making plenty of videos on this one in the near future. All right.